some exciting times for the Crowsnest Pass as the historic Coleman, Alberta High School has been nominated as one of 12 finalists for the National Trust of Canada's The Next Great Save competition this year. So what does this mean? Well, joining us from the Coleman, Alberta area to tell us more are Fred Bradley and Chris Matthews. Many of you may remember Fred as the former MLA for the Pincher Creek area from 1975 to 1993. Chris is the CEO of Heritage Crowsnest. Welcome to Bridge City News, gentlemen. Welcome. Great to have you today.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here with you this morning.
Excellent. Okay, tell us a bit about how the competition works and how viewers can participate, especially those from Southern Alberta.
Yeah, the contest is open to anybody in the world, honestly, but everybody can vote. It's an online daily voting contest, and that's the key to that daily part. So you can go back, you help us out one time, but keep it up. And it's just this wonderful contest run by the National Trust in Canada here, and really can give projects like ours a great leg up with a little bit of prize money.
Can you share some of the history of Coleman High School? How many students did it have? Where did the students come from? And was the school used for any other reasons besides education?
Coleman High School was built in 1936 by an Italian, John d'Apollonia, who later became mayor of Coleman. But it was needed because the community was expanding at the time. So the high school was built. It was built with an auditorium. There's no other high schools or schools building the Crowsnest Pass at that time that had an auditorium. So for over until 1980, it served as a school, but also as a center of the community. Because of the auditorium, many events were held there, and it was quite a learning institution up until that time. And so there was many stories about students who attended that school, brings back a lot of memories to those students, but as a learning institution for the first almost 40 years of it, 45 years of its life. Maybe Chris wants to add something to that in terms of what the use of the building was at that time and how it's transitioned into another institution of learning. Chris?
Yeah, this has been it's a fantastic building, this two-story brick building in the National Historic Site of Coleman, and really turning 90 this year, which is a great milestone for the building. And it honestly has treated us so well as both the community as both a school and then the back half of its life as a museum. And it's almost becoming almost timing into being a museum just as long as it was a school. So just fantastic. The classrooms itself lead to the galleries of the museum, and it's just a wonderful fit of a wonderful historic building in our community.
That's excellent. If it does win the competition, what does that mean?
It's a great project. We are tackling the front facade work that needs to be done, and really there's the wonderful masonry work, the brickwork on the front is actually holding up quite well. It just needs some cleaning and touch-ups and repointing and everything. The big task is actually the 26 full-size, I think they're like 3-4 foot by 6 foot windows that are in there that really set the building off. And that would be the major tackle, and in replacing the windows and also replacing them with the historic feel of a modern window with a historic look, and really bringing it back to what that building looked like in 1936.
Did you want to add something to that there, Fred?
Well, the building, the restoration of the facade is really important to the museum building. If you can't have we have a very vast collection inside that building, over 60,000 artifacts, 200,000 photos, and to preserve those, you need to preserve the building, and the structural integrity of the building is really important. So restoring the facade, restoring those windows, protects the collection inside. Restoring those windows also increases the energy efficiency of the building. So this is a really important project. And one has to, you look at I've always said the Crowsnest Pass has more history than it can afford. We have other historic sites with the Historical Society, Heritage Crowsnest, works on and protects the Bellevue Underground Mine, the Alberta Provincial Police Barrack building. But this building is really the foundation of foundation of the history of the community. It's within this building that contains those building blocks, building bricks, everything that has happened in the Crowsnest Pass in the last 150 years is stored inside that building. So protecting the facade, restoring the facade, protects the collection inside. So this is a really important project for the community to proceed with, that we're able to restore this facade, bring it back to its original, but that preservation of the front facade protects the very important artifacts and photographs and archives that are contained within that building.
Yeah, I would imagine there's a hefty price tag attached to that. Is there a monetary prize with this competition?
Yeah, first place is $50,000 prize, which is great. We're looking at our work here to be in the tune of about 250,000 for the whole project. So that's a great start. If we could be the first place, the great restoration projects like this, they often do have quite a high price tag on them. So any help we can get, and even just a kickoff to the whole capital fundraising campaign, would be very, very welcome.
Yeah, and I think as you mentioned off the top there, Chris, this isn't the first time Crowsnest Pass has been involved in the Next Great Save project, right?
Yeah, Fred was part of one of the first campaigns, first years of the whole campaign with the Roxy Theater. Fred, do you want to tell them about your experience there?
Yeah, well, 2 years ago, we were in the Roxy, Revive the Roxy project, which also the Crow's Nest Historical Society, which operates the museum, was a partner in that. But we came in fourth place in that contest. It was got us great publicity about the Roxy. But this is another opportunity, as Chris has mentioned, for us to profile this campaign. We're just starting the Bricks of Legacy campaign to restore the front of the Crow's Nest Museum. So we're building on that experience, but we're reaching out to Albertans because we're the only Alberta finalist in this contest. So all Albertans, all Southern Albertans, anyone anywhere in the world can vote for us, and we're trying to get into that next legacy, into that next category of in this contest. There's, as Chris has said, there's three prizes. First is $50,000. Second is 10, and third is 5,000. We're currently in fourth place, so we're really want people to get out there and support this Alberta project. As I said, we're the only Alberta finalist in the Next Great Save, and we're hoping for the support of all Albertans, and others around the world to support this very important project to not only restore the facade, but it also preserves the collection housed within the museum building.
Yeah, so put in a vote for Alberta, definitely. Feel free to put in a plug for the Crowsnest Pass area. What makes it such an amazing place to experience as a visitor or even as a place to move and call home? It's absolutely beautiful there.
We have our cultural heritage, as I mentioned, the Bellevue Underground Mine, the Frank Slide Interpretive Center, the Alberta French Police Barracks building, which we operate. We have great outdoor opportunities. There's great outdoor recreation opportunities. Hiking is a big part of it. Fly fishing is another part of the things people experiencing here in the Crowsnest Pass. The great beauty of living, of enjoying this Rocky Mountain focal point in southern Alberta. I mean, there's many great attractions here for people to see and outdoor recreation opportunities. So we have a great community, and we're open to the world, open to Alberta. Come and visit us. There's great opportunities for people to recreate and great cultural heritage opportunities. Chris can add more because he's the chair of South Canadian Rockies, and it's the Crowsnest Pass is one of the jewels of the South Canadian Rockies, I would say.
Definitely, the South Canadian Rockies tourism zone region is a growing and vibrant tourism area, and definitely a lot of Albertans over the last couple of years have really discovered the area, and maybe it was a hidden gem that's not becoming hidden very much longer, and that's great. We love to share our area with with visitors.
I was going to say, what kind of, getting back to the Coleman High School, which is what people are voting on, what kind of feedback are you getting from the locals? Is there enough excitement for residents of the area to financially support the restoration of Coleman High School, even if you don't win this competition?
There is a lot of local community support for the Crowsnest Museum, the old Coleman High School, from people who attended the high school, but from the broader heritage community in the Crowsnest Pass, because it is an important institution, an important museum protecting all our history. So we've had considerable support in the past for projects like the Alberta Provincial Police Barracks project, and hope that people will, or we anticipate that people will be supporting this project. You can purchase it one brick. One donation of $100 gets you one brick. $1,000 donation goes towards the windows. So we have a website called Bricks of Legacy where people can donate. But right now, we'd really like people to vote in the Next Great Save competition so we can get into that prize money. Either 50, 10, or $5,000 would be a great boost. And people can vote at nextgreatsave.ca. That's the nextgreatsave.ca is the voting site, and people can vote every day. So it's a cumulative voting contest. So you vote once, that's great. There's a number of days left until April 24th is the last day. So voting every day is really important to us moving ourselves into a position of one of those winning prizes.
Great. So it's the nextgreatsave.ca. And just for clarity, the old Coleman High School is actually now called the Crowsnest Museum. Is that correct?
It served as a high school from 1936 to 1980. And we put the Crowsnest Historical Society purchased it. I think we purchased it in 1983 was when the title transferred, and opened the museum in 1985. So we've been open for a museum for over 30 years. And this year's the 19th anniversary of the construction of the building, and a great time to restore the facade and vote at nextgreatsave.ca and bring us into that winning position.
Great. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for being with us today. I really appreciate having you both with us, Chris and Fred, and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And remember to vote daily at nextgreatsave.ca.
So you can vote daily, every 24 hours? Is that how that works?
So every day until April 24th. So that's really important that people vote every day. And it only takes about a couple of minutes, but click on nextgreatsave.ca, scroll down to the old Coleman High School and vote now, and just do it. We really appreciate the support.